Hello, everybody. This is Roger Harrison, and it's that time again. Time for another episode of the Sports Deep Dive Podcast. Here in the Sports Deep Dive Podcast, we take a look at the history of sports. Maybe we'll profile a particular figure, a conference, a team, an owner, an agent. No telling what we'll do. Well, today we're going to take a look. We're going to profile a former Major League Baseball player. Join with me sometimes is Brian Koperick, and this happens to be one of those times. Hello, Brian.
Hey, Rogers, how are you?
I'm fabulous. Happy to be here. Happy to give the people another episode of the Sports Deep Dive Podcast. We are on the Podbean platform, and we are available to wherever you get your podcasts. So, let's talk about Rod Carew. You ready?
Let's do it.
Rod Carew was born in Panama in 1945, and you may not know this, Brian, but he had overcome a lot before making it big in the major leagues. For one, he had an abusive father.
Right.
Carew's father, Eric, was an alcoholic and regularly abused Rod and his brother, as well as their mother. This created a home environment filled with fear and uncertainty for the children. Rod Carew later reflected on the abuse in his autobiography and told Sports Illustrated how close he came to attacking his father with a machete one night, only to be stopped by his mother's pleas.
That is a rough way to grow up.
Yep, and the fact that you're thinking about damaging your father with a machete, you know, things got really, really bad.
Yes.
But he loved his mother enough to honor her pleas. The family also grew up with limited resources. They faced the challenges associated with poverty in Panama. Carew recalled seeing his mother endure beatings, and he also sometimes went hungry. So we've got an abusive father, we've got poverty going on, and that left some emotional scars. Carew has mentioned that his upbringing made him somewhat standoffish and aloof earlier in his career, and I got that information from Amazon.com.
And that would be understandable given his situation, right? It'd be hard to trust people.
Right. There's one more thing I need to tell you. As a child, Rod was also weak and suffered from rheumatic fever.
Oh, man.
So he
I don't
had
think
that
I knew
illness,
that.
he had poverty, he had abuse. His mother, hoping to get him away from his father, encouraged his pursuit of baseball as a potential escape route. Now, growing up in Panama, the Canal Zone, baseball was a popular activity, and Carew spent countless hours playing the game with friends, developing his natural talent and love for the sport. Carew moved to New York City with his mother when he was 14. He had to adjust to a new culture and learn English as a high school student. Now, can you imagine that? You're in high school and you're having to learn English as well as try to fit in with the culture. Now, as you know from high school, I assume, high school kids can be a little rough.
Well, yeah, and especially in New York at that time. And, like, you're not just moving, like, from Arizona to New York. You're moving from Panama to New York.
Right.
A whole different culture. Everything's different. Not just your high school, right?
Right.
So, I mean...
And then you got to learn another language.
On top of it all, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, that is an incredible issue to have
Because
to
I'm
deal
guessing
with.
that nobody, his teachers, the friends he made, his classmates are not speaking his native tongue.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And so they're like, when the teacher gives a homework assignment, it's not like, all right, Rod, let me translate that for you.
No. You just go figure it out.
Yes. So now, But the good news is this transition, also with the need to support his family, instilled in him a strong work ethic and determination. And then he would later use those same qualities when he would play Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't initially play for his high school team. You can probably guess that maybe he was shy and didn't want to try out, or maybe he did try out. They're like, no, we don't want this guy on our team. And
Can't even
stuff like
speak
that.
English,
Yeah.
whatever.
But he did play semi-professional baseball, where his talent was recognized by a Minnesota Twins scout.
Ooh.
Now, Carew's unorthodox yet highly effective batting style, relying on exceptional hand-eye coordination and the ability to read pitchers, was a testament to his dedication and hard work. Carew expressed a desire to be an example for the youth in his homeland, demonstrating that success could be achieved despite difficult circumstances.
Yeah?
All right, so in essence, the challenges that Carew faced in Panama and and his determination he developed during his youth were instrumental in forging the character and work ethic that his remarkable baseball career and his lasting impact on the sport.
Yeah.
But let's talk, since this is a sports podcast, let's talk about his baseball career. Rod Carew's career spanned 19 seasons from 1967 to 1985 with the Minnesota Twins and the California Angels. Yes, they were the California Angels back then. They weren't the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in Arden County or whatever
Right.
moniker they're using these days. He won 7 American League batting titles, including a career-high 388 in 1977, earning him the AL MVP award that year. All right, let me say that again. He hit 388.
Right.
And I'm sure during that 1977 season, they were, looking at him, or they were, talking about, is he going to break, Ted Williams, is he going to hit more than 400 in the season? But he hit 388, which isn't too shabby.
Nope. No, not too shabby at all.
I couldn't hit 388. Could you?
I've done it.
Oh, you've done it.
Yeah.
For the major league level?
No.
Yeah, see. You did for your neighborhood little league team or
Darn straight.
Yeah.
And in men's softball, but
Yeah,
no comparison to him doing it at all.
Okay. He was named American League Rookie of the Year in 1967 and was selected to 18 consecutive All-Star games. 18 consecutive All-Star games. So basically, every year after his rookie year, he was named an All-Star, even with his years with the California Angels. He was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1991, which was his first year of eligibility. His number 29 has been retired by both the Minnesota Twins and the California Los Angeles Angels.
Did you, he also, with him and Ty Cobb are the only 2 people to lead the major leagues in the batting averages for 3 consecutive seasons.
I did not know that, but thank you for that tidbit.
Yeah. Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there was a pretty good period of time where he and Tony Gwynn were both leading the NL and AL they were winning batting titles at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
I like Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, me too.
I think we're going to have a podcast that spotlights him.
I think that'd be great.
He's a great player.
He is.
Did you know in 2016 the American League batting title was renamed the Rod Carew American League Batting Championship Award?
I don't think I did know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And this was in 2016. So this is like, like what, 30 years after he had finished playing?
Yeah.
He decided to name it?
I mean, it shows his contribution to the game that far away that he's still, a titan in the battle. I mean, the batting arena.
Now, I will say this: in 1986, because he played with the last year he played with the Angels was 1985. So in 1986, he's approached by the San Francisco Giants about maybe playing a few more years, at least one more year. But this is the kind of man he is. He basically he turned down the money and said, "No, I'm done," which I think is remarkable because I don't know if many athletes would do that these days.
Not a lot, right? I mean, especially today where the money is so big.
Yeah.
Not that Carew wasn't making good money for the time, I'm sure,
Right.
with, his abilities. But you're right. Most people don't just walk away when they're supposed to walk away. They try to push it too far.
Right.
And they take the money.
But don't worry about him. He wasn't like sitting on the couch after 1985.
No.
He served as a batting coach for both the Angels and the Milwaukee Brewers. He later returned to the Twins in a business role and also worked as advisor to Major League Baseball on international player development. So, like I said, he wasn't, going down to the local senior citizen home and playing bingo and, pinochle and stuff like that. He also, I don't know if you know this, but he lost his daughter to leukemia.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah.
Which would be devastating. He also received he received a heart and kidney transplant in 2016, which was the same year they named the award after him, donated by former NFL player Conrad Ruland. Now, Conrad Ruland was only 29 years old when he died, and only months before had decided to become an organ donor. He was renewing his license, his driver's license, and he came across the question about, do you want to be an organ donor? And so he asked his mom, should I become an organ donor?
Right.
And she's like, well, that's a personal choice. And he asked, well, are you an organ donor, to his mom? And she goes, yes, I am, because I feel like I should give back. And so that prompted him to become an organ donor. And then months later, he would die, and then his heart would be given to
Rod Carew.
Heart and kidney would be given to Rod Carew. But isn't that amazing, though?
It is amazing. I think he had that heart attack was like on a golf course, too.
Rod Carew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that happened.
Yeah.
He also had a 6-year career in the Marines in the 60s.
Yeah.
And he credited his military career a lot to his ability to have the discipline to become a really good player, because he said he was pretty much a hothead before the military based on his childhood.
Yeah.
I mean,
that makes sense. And
yeah.
Military, kind of gives you that discipline. That's the
Exactly.
word I'm looking for. Discipline, skill set.
Yeah.
He has become an advocate for heart health awareness, and also the fight against childhood cancer. So, he became a U.S. citizen in 2024.
Really? Not till 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so, when you were talking about the military, he was fighting for this country, and he wasn't considered a citizen yet.
That's just so crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, I don't get that. Like, I feel like if you're willing to fight for our country, that should be like automatic citizenship, you know?
Well, I mean,
or at least help the process.
well, I can't speak for Rod Carew,
Right.
but my guess would be 2024 was probably the only time that he was able to take a breath, meaning he was pretty busy.
He was. He had a heck of a career.
With his major league career and all these organizations and all these people that wanted him to promote their awareness of their diseases and hardships and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he has overcome adversity. He has dedicated himself to being to excellence both on and off the field. He continues to be a role model for aspiring athletes, both on the youth level as well as Major League Baseball, and a champion for all these important causes, like I said.
Right. Yeah. He didn't just take the money and run. He used his fame for good.
Yeah. Because he had the platform.
Right.
All right, well, that was our sports deep dive into the great Minnesota Twins, and legend, Rod Carew. He also played for the Angels, but I consider him mostly to be a
twin.
Because he played for Minnesota for 12 years and California, or the Angels, for 7.
Right.
So, yeah, I consider him a twin, even though his number 29 is retired by both franchises. And maybe you ought to do a podcast on that. How many players have their numbers retired
by more than one franchise?
And I can name 3 off the top of my head: Rod Carew, Henry Aaron, and Nolan Ryan.
Right.
But I'm sure there are others.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah. But that's just in baseball. I'm sure there are a lot in football and
basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball.
All right, well, that concludes this episode of the Sports Deep Dive podcast. Brian Kaperik, you got any parting words?
I just want to say this was a great podcast. I love highlighting these players, and especially the ones that have such a positive impact on the sport and the world. And I've enjoyed it, Rogers.
And as a reminder, the Sports Deep Dive podcast is supposed to be something that you can listen to on your way to work, or maybe on your lunch hour, or something like that. We don't go on and on like other podcasts do that last, an hour or an hour and a half. That's just not our style. So until next time, for Brian Kaperik, this is Roger Saracen saying so long, everyone.